Hi guys, welcome to another one of our videos, and it's been a long time since we've made a video because all my RCs are broken. But this is my baby out of the lot, my Baja 5B, and on my last video you can see that I blew the clutch in it. So since then I decided to do a few more upgrades on it before we take it out again. And right now it's in running condition. We'll start with the front and work our way to the back. And then we'll take it down to the gravel pit and give her a boot and see how it works. Okay, the first thing that I did on this car for my upgrades is I stuck on some limiting straps. It's probably going to be difficult to see, but the straps are here on the back, and so when you do a jump or anything where it gets like total air, it doesn't bottom out the shock, so you don't snap off the shaft. And in the back it helps to relieve the pressure off the drive axles. And I also decided I would maybe try to put a sway bar kit into it, because I put one in on my Slayer and they say they give you 30% better handling, and I could actually see it. It did handle quite well. So I thought I would put it on this Baja and try it out the same way, and we'll see how that works out. Hasn't been tested yet, but we're going to try it out today, and it's right here. If I move the car up and down, you can see the sway bar doing its job. And I put the medium beefy one on. The next thing I did for my upgrade is I spent a little bit of extra money and I got the version 2 Total Racing clutch kit. And that would be it right here. And it's made out of aluminum. And inside this cover here, it's got a plastic spur gear that goes here, and then you got the pinion gear that goes there. I left the pinion gear stock, and I invested into a steel spur gear for the back, because I heard that they can melt or just shred the gears right off, and that's to put more torque to the wheels. And when you do this clutch mod, it took me a few hours to do it because there really isn't too much for instructions for it. And a lot of people say that you have to pull this plate off. I found you can work around it. You just have to pull this all apart. You got to pull your brakes apart, and then you kind of have some patience and weasel it out and weasel it back in there. It'll fit. It's tight, but it works. Because to take off this plate, you got to pull the exhaust off and everything, and then that's just too much work. On the rear of the car, I had an issue with my exhaust. I had it tie wrapped from the body to here, and the pipe was all up and cockeyed on an angle. What I did is I put a nut on the bottom as a spacer between the exhaust and the bumper here, and then I just I drilled it out and put a 10mm screw in it because it was threaded into the bumper. And once I did that and tightened it down, it's rock solid now. That ain't moving anywhere. And the rest of the stuff that I did is I put limiting straps in the back, and I put a sway bar link kit in the back as well. For my next part of my mod, as you guys saw in the summer, I blew the axles out of the back of my my car. So I put some heavy duty axles in it, and then to solidify the problem is I put some guards on it as well. They're in the front and the back to protect the drive shaft boots and the drive shaft from any other future problems. And I was just browsing through Dave's Motors and I saw this skid plate, and I thought the skid plate's made out of Lexan. I thought it was pretty cool, and I thought, you know, give it some extra strength for underneath the chassis, even though it's a 4mm chassis. And the trick is, though, you have to drill it and tap it to put the skid plate on, and they're suggesting that you just move the gas tank a little bit out of the way and all that. What I ended up doing is I took the skid plate totally off from the car, and the car fell apart in 3 pieces, and all the electronics fell on the ground and everything. And I sprayed the chassis a satin black, and then I had a Spectrum sticker at home that I decided to put in. I thought it would look pretty good. I think it does. And this is like a smoky Lexan cover, and I just matched it up, drilled it, tapped it, stuck it on, and there it is. Well, I beat the hell out of my old shell. It only took me a summer to do it. It was so thrashed that I decided just to scrap it. And I was looking online, and I came across this shell. The shell is made in Italy, and it's called a graphel or graphele shell, and they run at about $100. And they were sold out everywhere. I finally found a site where I was able to order it in, and I got it in. And this shell, when you get it, it's clear plastic, and it's just stamped out. So then you have to cut everything out of it. You have to cut all your designs, ream your holes, yada yada, and then you have to come up with a way to get some airflow to go through the body so you can keep the engine cool. So I took my reamer and I made 3 holes here, a couple holes up here, I made a hole here and a hole back here, and I just tried to keep it just like that. That should be enough airflow when it's moving. And I smoked the windows and I painted it black, and I went to XXX Main Hobbies, which is a Canadian based sticker company for RCs, and I got a few decals ordered in, and this is what I end up going up with. And so I'm just advertising their product a little bit there. And you got the pin-up girl with the flame hair, and I call this shell my 49er because it kind of looks like a 49 coupe, doesn't it? A little bit. And then I just went for a design in the front that looked like it would fit on there, and this is what I went with. And to finish that off, I made a window in the back to make it kind of like a 49 coupe, and the pull cord goes through here, and this is the other side. It's just mirrored from the other side. So I tried something new with it that I've never tried before. I tried to fiberglass the inside of it, but I didn't fiberglass the whole car because it's got to be able to flex to go on the mounting pins onto the car. So I just fiberglassed the parts that I thought were critical and would not need much flexing. So I did the top of the roof, I did the hood, and I did the sides here, but only for half of it. And I did the back of it here, but just for a piece of it, and I left the bottom so it flexes. And then I put myself a little guard on here for the rope and the pull handle, little protector. And then the rest of the car, what I did is I just used Gorilla Tape, and I taped it on the inside. And that's pretty much the finished product. We'll show the next shot with it on the car.